Welcome to my channel, Official History of Coins, everyone. In life, treasures often hide in the most unexpected places, and sometimes what looks ordinary can hold a secret that has the power to change everything for you. Today, you are about to discover something extraordinary that could turn the smallest coin in your pocket into a life-changing reward. Let's get started. Talk about the USA 1981 5-cent coin with the P Mintmark. This is not just another nickel. This coin carries with it history, legacy, and hidden value that only the true seekers and collectors truly appreciate. And the truth is, if you're holding one of these coins in the right condition, you could be looking at an unbelievable reward. The Jefferson Nickel design itself goes back to 1938, when it first replaced the Buffalo nickel. On the obverse, it proudly carries the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. His vision and influence on America made him one of the most respected leaders in history, and that face on the nickel keeps his legacy alive in the palm of your hand. On the reverse, you find Jefferson's Monticello, his iconic Virginia home, a landmark of architecture and American heritage. The details of Monticello and sharp strike are what every collector searches for. And in 1981, the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P, produced these coins with a spirit of continuity and tradition, but also left behind a collectible that today stands as a potential fortune for you. The 1981 P. Jefferson Nickel was minted at a time when America was navigating through economic challenges. Inflation was a concern, energy crises had rocked the nation, and yet coins like this continued to be minted as everyday change for millions of people. Most were spent and lost in circulation, but the few that survived in pristine, untouched condition have become treasures. Now here's the part that excites collectors and investors alike. While there were millions minted, the true value lies in how rare it is to find a flawless example. Imagine pulling out one that has never been touched, a coin so sharp in detail, with shimmering luster, that it could command unbelievable sums at auction. Yes, the maximum value of the 1981 P nickel in such pristine condition has been recorded at thousands of dollars, with potential to soar to even $10,000 or beyond when offered to the right collector who wants it at any cost. And here's the most motivating part. You might think it's just a nickel, but think again. Coins like this in mint state condition are so hard to come by that only a handful exist at the highest grades. When collectors compete, they drive the price sky high. Imagine having something worth only 5 cents suddenly transform into a life-changing prize of thousands of dollars. This is why every single coin matters. It only takes one to change your fortune. And with the 1981 P nickel, you might have exactly that. Collectors worldwide want it, not only for its history, but because of its rarity in supreme condition. Now, you may be wondering, why exactly is the P Mintmark special? The answer lies in the fact that it marks the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time was producing large quantities of coins, but few survived with perfection. The Mintmark distinguishes it from the others and makes collectors search closely to secure it for their collections. When talking about maximum prices, you need to know this. Record-setting sales have happened because passionate collectors refuse to lose. They are ready to bid thousands and even more, depending on the shine, strike, and beauty of the coin. That means if you hold one, you could witness offers that others can only dream of. But history also adds weight to its value. The early 1980s in America were a period of transformation. Owning a coin from 1981 is like holding a memory from that time, a reflection of Jefferson's ideals and America's resilience. And this emotional connection adds even more fuel to the fire of collectors' passion, pushing values to unimaginable levels. So how many coins are we talking about? Millions were minted, but only a very tiny fraction can be called investment grade. Out of millions, only dozens or a few hundred are at the top of the market. And that is why the lucky few who own them can demand whatever price they want. Imagine the thrill of discovering you own one of these in your collection, or maybe even hiding in an old jar of coins at home. That one nickel could open doors to riches. The maximum selling price, depending on its condition and collector demand, can reach levels that turn 5 cents into thousands of dollars in your pocket. The story of the 1981 P. Jefferson Nickel teaches us something powerful. Greatness hides in the small things. It's not always about gold or diamonds. Sometimes the most valuable treasure is right there in your spare change. And here's the motivation you need to hear. Never underestimate what you hold in your hands. Every collector who has made a fortune began by paying attention to details others ignored. That nickel you once thought of as ordinary can be your golden ticket to financial transformation. Collectors across the USA and worldwide are actively looking for this coin, ready to pay high prices. They want it for their sets, for their passion, and for the honor of owning something so rare. The demand is real, and that demand drives the maximum value up again and again. So if you ever come across a 1981 P5 Jefferson nickel in flawless shape, protect it, treasure it, and know that you may be holding one of the most valuable nickels of modern times. This small coin could be your big break, the fortune you never expected, the key to changing your story forever. To every viewer, let this inspire you. Treasure is not just in vaults or banks. Treasure can be in your pocket, in your drawer, or in your collection. And today, with the story of the 1981 P nickel, you know that even a 5-cent piece can unlock a journey into riches and greatness. Next coin, the 1983 USA 5-cent coin with the P Mintmark, is one of the Jefferson nickels that continues to draw attention from collectors and treasure hunters around the world. This coin carries the portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, along with the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse side, it proudly features Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, with the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. The year 1983 is an important part of American numismatic history because it came during a decade of rapid change in both the economy and coinage. The Philadelphia Mint was busy producing millions of coins for circulation, and the P Mintmark shows its origin. Although millions were struck, the hidden truth is that only the finest surviving examples in pristine condition now stand out as treasures worth fortunes. When these coins left the mint in 1983, they were meant only to serve as everyday change for commerce and transactions. Yet time has transformed them into pieces of history. Decades of circulation mean that most were scratched, worn, and forgotten. But those that survived with sharp details and brilliant luster now carry the weight of great value. Collectors are always searching for the highest grade examples. A 1983 P. Jefferson nickel in mint state condition can command astonishing prices at auctions. Reports and sales show that the maximum value of these coins can go into thousands of dollars when the condition is perfect and the strike is sharp. Some rare high-grade pieces have crossed the $5,000 mark, and collectors believe even higher results can be achieved in the future. The future potential of a 1983 nickel is enormous. With every passing year, the number of surviving high-grade pieces gets smaller. Coins in circulation continue to wear down or vanish, while collectors lock away the finest pieces. This scarcity is what drives the value up, making it an investment that could rise even more in the coming decades. Imagine holding a coin that was minted for only 5 cents, but knowing that its true worth could reach $4,000 or more, depending on its grade and demand. That is the power of numismatics. It shows us that small, everyday coins can transform into monumental treasures. The story of the 1983 P nickel is not only about monetary gain, but also about history. It reflects the legacy of Jefferson, the architecture of Monticello, and the economic resilience of America in the 1980s. Each detail on the coin carries meaning, and collectors value this as much as they value its financial worth. Current values vary based on grade. A typical example may sell for several dollars if it is uncirculated, while gems certified at the highest levels can fetch thousands. The highest recorded prices stand as motivation for every collector to search through their coins, because hidden among them could be a nickel worth a life-changing amount. The Philadelphia Mint produced these nickels in massive numbers, but rarity is never about total mintage alone. Rarity is defined by condition, eye appeal, and demand. Out of millions, only a few survive in top quality, and those few are the ones that can bring maximum profit. The 1983 P-nickel has already proven itself at auctions, and demand continues to grow. Collectors worldwide want this coin because it fills an essential spot in the Jefferson Nickel series, and every serious numismatist desires a shining example for their collection. This demand creates competition, and competition raises prices. Whenever two determined collectors go head-to-head for a flawless 1983 nickel, the price skyrockets. That is why the maximum selling value has reached thousands, and why in the future it could climb even higher. Every coin has a story, and this nickel story is one of survival and rarity. It was never meant to be more than 5 cents, yet it has become a symbol of hidden wealth. That is the beauty of coin collecting. It rewards those who pay attention, those who treasure details, and those who recognize value where others see nothing. The 1983 nickel will continue to gain respect in numismatic circles. Its future value potential is almost limitless because demand will not fade. Coins like these only grow rarer, and rarity always command a price. For collectors, it is not just a coin, it is a golden opportunity disguised in nickel. Think about how many coins were made in 1983, but then think about how few can be called gem quality. That difference is what separates a common coin from a treasure worth thousands. In the 1983, P-nickel proves this truth perfectly. Holding one in mint state condition is like holding a small piece of history wrapped in potential fortune. It connects you to Jefferson's legacy and to the economic history of the early 1980s while also giving you the thrill of owning something so rare and valuable. Collectors across America and beyond actively search for this coin, knowing that it can elevate their collection to new heights. The competition to own the best example is fierce, and that is what keeps driving the market value upward. The maximum price that this coin can sell for today depends on the right collector and the right grade. But with reports of sales in the $5,000 to $10,000 range, it is clear that the ceiling has not been reached. With time, values can only go higher, making it a true investment piece for the future. The message is clear: never overlook a coin simply because it looks ordinary. The 1983 P. Jefferson Nickel is living proof that what appears small and common can actually be rare and life-changing. The key is finding it in the best condition, preserving it, and recognizing its true potential. This is why collectors are motivated every day to check their coins carefully. That one nickel hiding in your drawer or in a collection you inherited could be the key to unlocking a reward worth thousands of dollars. The 1983 P-nickel is not just a piece of metal, it is a door to opportunity. So when you think of the 1983 5-cent coin with a P Mintmark, remember that it is valuable now, and its value can be even greater in the future. Protect it, hold on to it, and know that it represents both history and fortune. This coin, minted for only 5 cents, has already proven itself as one of the most valuable nickels of modern America. Next coin, the most valuable USA 1984 5-cent coin with the Denver Mintmark, is one of the fascinating stories in modern numismatics. This Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, carrying the signature D Mintmark beneath the date, and it holds a place in the hearts of collectors who seek coins that can change financial destinies. Every single coin from this year has a story, but the rarest examples with flawless preservation and potential striking anomalies can transform a simple 5-cent piece into a treasure worth unimaginable amounts. The 1984 nickel belongs to the Jefferson Nickel series that has been in continuous production since 1938. On the obverse side is the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse carries the image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. These elements connect the coin to American history and culture, making it far more than just a piece of pocket change. The Denver Mint produced millions of coins in 1984, but only a tiny fraction have survived in perfect mint state condition. Coins that remain untouched, free from scratches, discoloration, or circulation marks, are those that collectors desire most. When found in top-grade preservation, this nickel has been known to cross into the territory of thousands and even beyond. Collectors worldwide are continuously searching for these coins because nickels from the 1980s, especially those from the Denver Mint, carry hidden varieties and errors. Some 1984 D nickels show slight misstrikes, doubling, or weak strikes, and these minor differences can elevate the value from ordinary to extraordinary. Such coins, when authenticated, have reached figures that shock those who once thought a nickel could never be worth more than its face value. The market for the 1984 D 5-cent coin remains strong. Coin shows, auctions, and online bidding platforms reveal just how many people are chasing these rare survivors. Thousands of collectors keep active watch lists for this very coin, and competition ensures that when a top-quality example appears, the price rises higher than anyone expects. Its history begins with the purpose of honoring Jefferson and providing a durable coin for circulation. Yet what elevates the 1984 nickel beyond normal is the limited number that survived in superb preservation. The Denver Mint struck them for everyday commerce, never imagining that collectors decades later would treat them like golden treasures. The highest grade examples, graded MS 67 or better, have already fetched tremendous sums. The maximum price these rare gems can bring has entered the zone of $9,000 or even more, depending on the uniqueness of the coin. When coupled with an error, a coin that was once struck for 5 cents can shock the market with life-changing returns. For the modern investor or casual collector, the 1984 D nickel is a reminder that fortunes can hide in everyday change. A simple glance into your coin jar or pocket could reveal a prize worth more than a new car. That mystery drives people to search tirelessly for one of these elusive nickels. The design itself enhances desirability. Schlag's portrait of Jefferson is bold, dignified, and instantly recognizable, and the word liberty alongside the date 1984 reminds us of the timeless American ideal. On the reverse, the depiction of Monticello with E pluribus unum elevates the piece into a symbol of heritage. The sheer age of the coin, crossing more than 4 decades, adds to its mystique. Survival in high quality becomes less likely as years pass, which means the coins that remain untouched are even rarer and more precious. Demand for this coin has grown significantly in recent years as more collectors have turned their attention to Jefferson nickels. Many previously overlooked coins of the 1980s are now considered sleeper treasures, with a 1984 D shining as one of the most promising. The coin also attracts attention because it symbolizes a period of American minting where technology was improving but not perfect. Small imperfections and minting quirks create collectible variations that are unlike anything struck in more modern, computer-controlled processes. Numismatics consistently stress that the 1984 D nickel must be preserved carefully once found. Coins stored in protective holders retain their value and can only increase in worth over time. Every collector who owns one of these rare nickels knows that they hold a potential fortune in their hands. Stories continue to surface of lucky individuals finding a 1984 D nickel in circulation and discovering that its real worth runs into the thousands. Such tales keep the excitement alive and inspire millions to search through their change daily. The financial power of this coin cannot be underestimated. It proves that small denominations can yield the highest rewards. An ordinary 5-cent coin becoming worth $8,000 or more is the kind of story that transforms collectors into millionaires. Auction houses record bidding wars over pristine examples, with buyers from across the globe eager to secure this rare treasure. Each sale sets a new benchmark, showing that the value is high and continuing to climb. Collectors appreciate not only the money, but also the historical depth the coin carries. Owning a 1984 D nickel is like holding a fragment of Jefferson's vision, preserved in shining metal, enriched by decades of history, and enhanced by rarity. The 1984 5-cent coin from Denver was built to serve everyday Americans, but today it serves as a path to to unimaginable value. Every element, from the mint mark to the design, contributes to its story. More people want to buy this coin than there are examples available, and scarcity ensures its permanent place as a highly valuable and desirable piece. The competition keeps the prices elevated, motivating even more collectors to join the hunt. In conclusion, the USA 1984 5-cent coin with the Denver Mint mark is far more than pocket change. It is a treasure and numismatic wonder, and a millionaire maker hiding in plain sight. Its history, rarity, and demand guarantee that its value is extraordinarily high, and its maximum price can reach beyond $5,000, turning a 5-cent piece into one of the most valuable coins of its era. Next coin, 1986 P. Jefferson Nickel. History, value, where to buy, sell, and why it's exciting. The 1986 P. Philadelphia minted 5-cent coin is part of the long-running Jefferson Nickel series. In 1986, the U.S. Mint struck 536,883,483 nickels at Philadelphia. This massive mintage means that in ordinary circulated condition, these coins are extremely common. Despite the common nature of the 1986 P nickel, it carries interest among collectors when found in very high grades or with special characteristics, such as full steps detail on the Monticello reverse. The Philadelphia Mint placed its P mint mark on the obverse, just under the date, which was a practice that began in 1980 for nickels. Because of the large original mintage, most 1986 P nickels you find in change or in old collections carry little numismatic premium over face value. According to USA Coin Book, a typical uncirculated 1986 P is valued between 61 cents and $3.58, depending on its grade. Meanwhile, the APMEX price guide lists these ranges: MS $64, $14, MS $65, $36, MS $66, $91, and MS $67 could reach $4,450. What really drives the value upward is when a specimen exhibits full step detail on the reverse, sharp, distinct separations in the stair steps leading up to Monticello. In fact, Piece GS records an auction where in 1986, PMS 67FS, full steps, sold for $4,000. That sale demonstrates how premium condition plus a desirable variety can catapult a coin's worth far beyond what most coins achieve. So, is a 1986 P nickel worth a lot? The answer is, it can be, but only in exceptional cases. For a typical circulated coin, its value is modest, perhaps 10 cents, 50 cents, or a few dollars depending on condition and the buyer. But for a top-grade, exceptional FS example, tens of thousands or more become possible, especially if multiple bidders compete. Where can you buy a 1986 P nickel, and where can you sell it? Reputable coin dealers, online auction platforms, such as eBay, numismatic forums, and coin shows are all common venues. Many dealers list such coins in raw, uncertified, or certified grading service condition. If you have a coin you think might be valuable, getting it graded by a respected third-party service, PCGS and GC, etc., can help you command top dollar when selling. If you wish to purchase one, you might search in listings for 1986 PMS 65FS or 1986 P Full Steps Nickel. Review seller reputations, request high-resolution images, and compare to known examples. When selling, present the coin in clear condition with documentation or grading, and choose platforms that reach serious collectors, e.g. specialized coin auctions. Should you keep a 1986 P nickel you own? Yes, especially if it looks uncirculated or has strong detail. Even if its current value is low, coins of top quality tend to appreciate over time, especially as high-grade survivors become rarer. Holding on to a promising specimen may yield reward later, especially if discovered to have an error or exceptional full steps. If you decide to retain it, storing it in a sealed holder or protective coin slab can help preserve its condition and maximize its potential value. Exposure to air, moisture, and handling can degrade sharpness, tone, and surface quality, which kills premium. A certified slab, sealed, labeled by a grading service, gives collectors confidence, and often brings higher sale prices than raw coins. In your future, if that nickel proves extraordinary, top grade plus full step / error, its value could far exceed typical expectations. That potential, turning a simple nickel into something highly collectible, is part of the thrill that drives coin collectors and treasure hunters alike. Many people in the numismatic community are actively looking for high-grade examples of 1986p nickels. When one shows up, bidding wars often ensue, and that competitive demand helps push prices up. The more people know about the possibility of a $4,000 or more coin for 1986, the more eyes are watching for discoveries. Never assume the coin has no value. Every iconic auction sale, like the MS67FS example, reminds us that even common dates can hide rare gems. That's why collecting is part art, part detective work, and part strategic investment. In the end, a 1986p Jefferson Nickel is not guaranteed to be valuable, but its potential is real, especially in remarkable condition. Treating it carefully, getting it authenticated, and showing it at the right time to the right audience can turn that 5-cent piece into a treasure worth thousands.